All right, what's up, Turtle Riders? How we all doing tonight? What the hell is this ad? Good Lord, what happened to hot Asian women? There's these, if you're listening on the podcast, there is, you guys know those ads that appear on the Turtle Boy page, the Turtle Boy Sports blog, and it's like, it's always like hot Asian women in Holden or wherever it's like geo-tracked, right near you. Come be friends with them. They really like you. They think you have a nice personality. Yeah, that's you. Now it's like, holy shit. It's like Junkie Jenny Craig. What the hell is this commercial? Good. There's the Asian women in Holden I'm talking about, right? What is Junkie Jenny Craig doing? Good Lord. Anyway, it's like literally it's like a before and way before picture, except she's covered in tattoos and stretch marks. Good Lord. Anyway, let me switch the microphone here. Let's use the turtle mic. All right, how are we all doing tonight, Turtle Riders? I have gone ahead and shared this link to the show on the new Facebook page. So here's the deal with Clarence Woods Emerson. He just got out of the hole Sunday morning, right? I had him on the show. I had him from Wednesday. I had him Wednesday morning. Wednesday, sometime in the early afternoon, I just go to write something on Turtle Boy on Clarence, and I can't. And it doesn't tell me, like usually it tells you something was removed, you're suspended for 30 days, and the countdown begins. This time, I have no countdown. It just says you can't do this whenever I try to do something. It might be done for good, guys. Clarence might be officially dead. I don't know. Philip V. Prentice, if you'll recall, there was a situation going on there with Philly Prentice, my backup account, where I could only message on Facebook. Like, Facebook's drunk or something these days. I try to message on Facebook on my computer with people, and I could do it on my computer, but not on my phone. And so clearly, like, whenever I tried to message on my phone, that made me sign in, and that's a trap because they're usually, like, trying to get you to admit you did something wrong and take a 30-day ban. So I'm like, okay, well, there's a glitch here. It's just not working on my phone. It's working on my computer, so I can just use my computer until Clarence is back. Well, Clarence came back. I accepted the ban. So Phil's banned for like 25 more days. So long story short, the new account, if you want to keep up on Facebook, is our girl, Cynthia Marie Sanchez, the Turtle Boy Barikwana, and, of course, the Turtle Boy Facebook page as well, Turtle Boy Sports Forever, which has like 19,906 followers right now. So we should cross the 20,000 threshold tomorrow. That's pretty cool. It'll get taken down in a week anyway. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, before I go on, let me remind you, nice boys and girls, you know them by now. They've been with us for a little bit. They do great work over there. Their primary specialty is roofing. It's the most important investment, guys, that you can have in your house. It protects you from the elements, from the stupid snow. They're going to have a contest coming up in April. They're literally going to give away a fucking roof. I mean, who does that? Gives away a roof. It's like the most generous advertisers I've ever had. I mean, free freaking roof. This month, they're giving away free Bruins tickets. Andrew Porter Contracting, APC in Charlton. Go on their Facebook page and like them. If you do that, you're automatically entered to win free Bruins tickets. Your first place, Boston Bruins. And we need the Bruins this year, don't we, folks? We need the Celtics. Because guess what? The Red Sox are going to blow. They're going to fucking blow. And I don't give a shit. I don't know about some of you people out there. I like Andrew Porter Contracting. I could give a shit less about the Red Sox. I could give a shit less. For the first time in my life, I just do not care about the Boston Red Sox. I don't care if they win or lose. I guess I'd prefer if they won because I still like Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers. I think they're cool. But, we just got rid of Mookie freaking Betts.
And what do we get in return? A guy who likes to videotape world star hip hop videos and a relief pitcher with a broken arm. That's what we got for, the best player in the game, arguably one of the best after Mike Trout. And, a pitcher who is still serviceable, who can still win you some games, even though he's David Price. He is what he is. I mean, and on top of that, they're just the worst ownership ever. I fucking hate the Boston Red Sox. I love the team itself, being a Red Sox fan growing up. Their ownership makes them so goddamn unlikable. They are just the absolute worst. We're still the Patriots. God still loves us more. And we still have the Boston Celtics, who look great, and the Boston Bruins are always in contention, baby. And Andrew Porter contract is given away. So go ahead and give him a like on Facebook. All right, so let's talk about some shit for Boston Public Schools. A lot of people, including teachers, contacted me about. So Black Lives Matter, which is arguably a hate group, arguably a terrorist group, and I do not say that hyperbolically either, right? Because they have done a lot of really terrible things, right? They call themselves Black Lives Matter. You can call yourselves the Smile, Sunshine, and Rainbow Club, right? And then you go ahead and you decapitate people. It doesn't make you a good person, right? They call themselves Black Lives Matter. They don't care about black lives. They never cared about black lives. If they did, their primary concern would be not police, because a black person in America is more likely to get killed by a swarm of bees. That is a statistical fact than they are a police officer. Yet they make it seem like there's this epidemic of racist white police officers killing young black men. And it's just not true. It's just a lie. It's a myth. It happens sometimes, sure. But that's what happens in a country with 320 million people. Sometimes bad things happen, and that's why we have a legal system. This idea that black lives do not matter is a lie, and the whole thing is just designed to get people to not trust the police. It is an anti-police organization, period. So the Boston Public Schools have a SJW for a president of the teachers union. Her name is Jessica Tang, like the orange juice, Tang. And unfortunately, as somebody who's been in teachers unions before, I can tell you firsthand that let's put it out there. I support teachers unions. I always support teachers unions. I'm always going to have the backs of teachers as a former teacher myself. I understand the struggle. I understand what a thankless job it could be at times. And I'll always use my platform to advocate for teachers. Always, period. And that's never going to change. And I'll always support the existence of teachers unions. A lot of people don't think teachers unions should exist. They absolutely should. If you guys read my book and you know my story, you know exactly why teachers unions should exist. And that is for due process rights, right? If a student or if a blogger in Buffalo makes up a lie about you sexually harassing people at Buffalo Bills games, right? And you are defenseless without a union. You need that union, baby. They also negotiate your contract for you. They get you those slight step raises every year. They ensure that you have a middle-class lifestyle, that you are not replaced by cheap labor. It's a good thing. But the problem is the people running it are a bunch of chicks. I hate to say it. When you are in a female-dominated profession like that, right, women get paid 77 cents on the dollar because they don't fight like men. They just don't. It's just a straight up fact. You can call me sexist if you want. It's a fucking fact. And ladies, you know it's true. You know it's goddamn true. Right? That is the biggest reason the gender pay gap exists, is because women do not fight as hard as men for themselves. It's just an undeniable fact. And in teachers unions, particularly, which are mostly run by women, they tend to advocate for an array of things that have nothing to do with public education. Like, the only thing that teachers unions should be advocating for, right, are teachers and issues that pertain to teachers. Like the charter school question a couple years ago, that was a good one because that pertained to public schools. But all this other shit that they get involved with, they throw it. They just take all the leftist issues, they throw them in a fucking bucket, swirl it around. They pick one out of the hat and say, "This is what we're fighting for today." What do we got? Global warming today. We're gonna climate change. What's up next? Gun control. What do we have next here today? Transgenderisms, and that's it. It's just like the only thing that should matter are school-related issues. But the problem is these leaders in the union are really bad at getting, like, here's an example. The state police, when they go to endorse a candidate every year, they sit down with both the Republican and the Democratic candidate in both whatever they're running for, governor, senator, whatever. They sit down with both of them. They interview them. And whoever they determine, they take a vote afterwards, and whoever they determine is going to better benefit them, that's the person that they're going to endorse. So that makes them compete for your endorsement. Teachers' unions don't do that. Teachers' unions blindly endorse Democrats. And when you do that, Democrats who get elected have no reason to fight for you. Right? Because they got your endorsement anyway, because you're a bunch of fucking trained SEAL idiots. It's embarrassing, the leadership of teachers' unions. They're so weak. People always talk, those teachers' unions have too much power. What the fuck are you talking about? There's no bigger pussy union that has ever existed than the goddamn teachers' union. Give me a break. And you saw it in Boston because they are, for some reason, promoting this Black Lives Matter week. As part of Black History Month, they're all wearing these shirts, and they're urging teachers in all the schools to wear the shirts. And teachers that don't want to wear them are getting, like, the dirty look. Like, there's a lot of pressure to put these shirts on. And some of the things that they're advocating for are so contradictory to what the mission of teachers is. For instance, one of the things that they want to do is restorative justice. Restorative justice is just, whenever you hear that word, restorative, that's an SJW buzzword. That means that they are trying to basically not suspend kids at all. Right? The idea is like, traditionally what we do when a kid's bad, and when a kid tells me to fuck off, I'm not doing shit, bitch, he should get suspended. That's the way it should go. But no, that's the traditional conservative way of looking at it. That doesn't work. That doesn't help them get better. What we need is restorative justice. We need to have these kids sit down and speak with a counselor and drink some hot cocoa and talk about their feelings. I shit you not. This happened all the time. And every public said very hard for teachers, because you kick a kid out, he's crazy, then he's back in your class in 10 minutes after having some hot cocoa. Give me a break. How are you supposed to teach like that? You can't do it. It's like the biggest complaint teachers had is like, I write these kids up and nothing ever happens. Anyway, that was a problem. And the other thing they're advocating for is getting rid of school resource officers. Did you see this? School resource officers, we fought this battle in Worcester. This is like one of the original Turtle Boy battles, was cops in schools. 5 years ago, there was an epidemic at North High School in Worcester of administrators and teachers, I shit you not, like getting beat up by kids. Like there was like 4 assistant principals at North. 3 of them got punched in the face in 1 year at North High School by kids. I shit you not. And there was no cop in the building. You have to call the cops, or take forever to get down there. So it's just better to have a cop in the building. Wachusett, my town's high school, has a school resource officer. At Shepherd Hill, we had a school resource officer from the Dudley Police Department. And he was in the building most of the day. Why would you not? If you go to a freaking town, if you go to your town's Board of Selectmen meeting in freaking Millville or something, pick a freaking town. There'll be a cop there, won't there? To watch a room of like 30 adults talk about, what the property tax rate's going to be next year. They need a cop for that. But yet you can have 1,500 kids in the school from an urban environment, all bringing their own issues in every day in their baggage, known gang members, and just not have a cop. How the fuck does that make any sense? It doesn't. Of course there should be a cop in the school. But SJWs don't like that, because that will lead to what they call the school to prison pipeline. So when a kid breaks a law in school, right, they don't want them getting arrested, because then they're in the quote unquote system. We can't have them in a system, because it's one leads to another. They can't ever get themselves out of it. They can't just, stop breaking the rules. they'll be in Walpole in 6 months at this rate. Good Lord. So that's literally the reason that they don't want police in school, is that they believe it's going to lead to criminalizing, if a kid tells a teacher to fuck off, they'll go to jail. It's like, that's not actually going to happen. That's not how it's going to work. They're there to protect and serve. And we saw it in Worcester. As soon as that was implemented and school resource officers were put in school, guess what fucking happened, guys? It just ended. It just freaking ended magically, right? Magically. So, everything all the arrests got cut in half, suspensions got cut in half because the presence of a police officer gets kids to cut the shit. Weird, huh? Well, let me tell you, the cops aren't happy about this in Boston, and good for them. And that's what I mean by cops are fighters. They wrote a strongly worded letter to the Boston Teachers Union. And there's supposed to be a level of solidarity here, Like, I loved in the letter when the union police officer said, well, we would never say cut education, but you're saying cut police officers. Right? We would never do that. Why are you disrespecting us like that? Like you're sowing distrust that police are not to be trusted when that's not the case. This is dangerous. This is detrimental. And they're absolutely 100% right. But this idiot, Jessica Ting Tang Wada Wada Bang Bang, she doesn't agree. She's a full-time social justice warrior, friends with Ayanna Pressley, friends with, Ilhan Omar. You can't speak to these people. I mean, this is what they believe in. They don't believe in, they believe that essentially police are bad and kids should be able to do whatever they want and not get suspended. That's a big policy belief they have. Anyway, I only bring this up because guess who's back, folks? I'll give you guys a guess in the comments. I want to see what people guess. Guess who is back, and we're going to talk about her in a moment. See who can guess it first. Related to the topic we were just speaking of. Dee Dee. Dee Dee's back, folks. So Dee Dee has somehow writes for Medium. I don't really understand what Medium is. If anyone can just write for Medium. So if you guys don't know Dee Dee, let's see if we can find her on Facebook, right? No, Fupa computer. All right, let's see if we can find Didi Delgado. Didi Smogado. Didi is probably one of the most infamous Turtle Boy villains of all time. She won Ratchet Madness the second year of it. She got our Facebook page with 112,000 people shut down by sending her mob of woke white women. She makes white women pay her reparations every month. I shit you not. She's like a caricature of social justice, but she's fucking real. I almost can't believe it. And she is just the most absurd thing you've ever seen in your life. She's a big cheese hog, probably collects welfare. She is like everything that is wrong with the world ever. And here she has freaking 11,000 followers. And I shit you not, she'll make them pay reparations. She's like, doesn't have a job. Right, there she is. Oh, good Lord. And what's she talking about here? She just talks about, remember she talks about like the nastiest stuff, like she insists on talking about her sex life and just things you're like, oh, good God, I would never, ever, ever, ever want to hear about that ever again. But anyway, she writes a letter to the Boston police. And this is what she highly anticipated Black Lives Matter at School Week. The letter claims that BLM inaccurately demonizes police departments across the country who kill roughly 1,000 Americans each year. Oh, yeah, right. The letter also states that the BLM movement has made policing more dangerous than ever. True. Despite police officers' deaths being at near record lows. Fake news. Finally, the BPPA took issue with the BTU's admirable goal of funding more school counselors to help vulnerable students and youth. See, that's a lie. The police officers union specifically said, we are for funding counselors. See, this is what they wrote. They wrote, fund counselors, not cops. The cop says, well, more counselors may be a good idea. Done. He supports it. The idea that spending less on public safety will make our communities better or safer is ridiculous, and it's true. Imagine if the BPPA encouraged the public to fund police, not teachers. Exactly. You would be insulted too. So this is what she writes. This is her proposal. I shit you not. How's the mic sound? Mic sound good, folks? People are saying the mic. Did we learn how to use a mic? Is it working okay? I'm just not touching the cord. If I touch that cord, it's going to get all fucked up. But let's read what she's got to say. As a longtime resident of Roxbury and as a black woman, I want the food service members who feed Boston cops to know this letter is blatantly spitting in the ingredients of racial justice and the broader fight for civil rights. Ooh. The BPPA is spewing and regurgitating dangerous rhetoric that will potentially contaminate the future of black youth in Boston. Oh, right. They've metaphorically taken a message of hope and equality and dropped it on the floor and dragged it across the tiles with their filthy shoes because they were like, maybe don't demonize cops. So that's the worst thing you can ever do. Then the BPPA repackaged their gross messaging as something savory and served it to us with a smile. So here's some food for thought. If Boston police are drooling and sneezing all over our rights, hacking right in them when nobody's looking, we have an obligation to give them their just desserts. And I know I can count on the food service workers of Boston to do just that. Sincerely, Didi Delgado, the Didi Delgado Experience LLC. I swear she got a fucking LLC for herself. Unbelievable. So she's literally encouraging people in the food service industry, when cops come in, spit in their food. Sneeze in it, drool in it, spit in it, and give it to them. And this is published on Medium.com. I don't understand how Medium works. She actually previously published a story on Medium.com in which she literally said that you should kill your if you're a white person, you should kill your rich white uncle and give the inheritance to a woman of color. I shit you not. This was published on Medium.com. I don't know what you have to do to get published on Medium. Static. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. How's that? Is that better? Fine. Okay, cool. So, anyway, Facebook page. Let's see what she's up to on her Facebook page. Let's see. I haven't looked. You guys are seeing with me for the first time, and I haven't looked at Dee. I forgot about Dee Dee almost. See if we could find. She's always got some interesting posts. There she is at the gym that says, "I'm kind of a big deal." That's kind of a boring one. Let's see. Talking about impeachment. Is she not as exciting anymore? Where's the stuff? She's always posting about white people pay me Wednesdays. Those are the best days, Pay up white. Those are my favorite posts when she tells white women to, and she just dumps all over their faces too. I love it when she does that. I love watching her army. Do I know any black folks in Orlando? Did she grow up or something? This is boring. But I read this article and I'm like, oh, Dee Dee's back and being crazy. This is a boring thing. All right, well, I'm sure I'll find some more stuff on here when I go through it a little more tonight. Anyway, she's just a big mess. I'm going to write about that later on after this show's over, but I want to give you guys that preview first. The other thing I want to talk about is this situation in Hull. Have you guys been following this thing? Good Lord. Kind of surprised this isn't a bigger story. So, and I'm kind of curious to hear what your opinions on this are. So, there is a superintendent there named Michael Devine. He looks literally like Jared from Subway. And it's so perfect because everybody who looks like Jared from Subway looks like a molester because they are. I mean, it is what it is. If you have that look to you, you're probably going to like boys, like little boys too, not adult boys. But I'll give this guy a thing. I will give this guy credit. If he has a thing for little boys, he's doing it the right way. I always say that about, child molesters. It's like people who bang 14-year-olds. It's why didn't you just wait 4 years? It's just you like the thrill of it. Why? I mean, it would have been legal in 4 years. What are you doing now when they're 14 and you can throw. I mean, what the fuck's wrong with you? So, but this guy actually does it right. He kind of like warehouses them. The superintendent of the whole public schools. He keeps his eyes on young recruits. He was a heterosexual married man with children, and he left it for this better life of trying to hook up with his former students. He, kind of targets kids, and then when they graduate, he keeps in contact with them. And right around the time they turn 21, we've had 2 victims come forward now. Both of whom have claimed that this guy sexts them, like sends them sexual messages, right? Or tries to hook up with them or advances on them when they turn 21. Now, we found this out because we'll get to how we found it out in a minute. I'm more curious about your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments now, and I'll read some of them on the air. What do you guys think of this? Is this of him? I mean, some people thought it was no big deal because they're like, well, they're 21. And I'd like to honestly hear your opinion from this. Do you guys think this is a bit as big of a deal as I've made it? Adam says, I had him in high school as a history teacher. Did you hook up with him or no? Let's see. Amanda says, not me. See, no, we think you should call him. No, what are you guys talking about? Are you guys answering me? Hey, I'm asking you guys a question out there. So people are saying he's gross. Who bangs him? She must be 10 out of 10. Who? Why would she be a 10? It should be known to the public, Rob says. He's grooming kids when they're mad young, creepy. Carolyn says, no, they're caught. Let's see. He's grooming students. But the question is, do you guys think this is bad? I'm trying to ask you guys a question, and you're off on your fucking tangents in the comments. I'm just going to turn the comments off. Do you guys think this is a big deal? Yes or no? Go. We're having a dialogue here. I'm attempting to communicate with you people, get you involved. And you're fucking talking about Josh Abrams. Fuck Josh Abrams. Let's see. Okay. If next person, man, I'm just swear to God, I'm shutting the fucking comments off. I'll have a talk and you guys can listen. I don't give a shit if there's 2 fucking people here. Okay, I'm just turning this off. So I'm just going to talk by myself then because you guys want to talk about Josh. And if you want to listen, listen. If you don't, don't. Fuck off. Anyway, so I think it's a big deal because this guy clearly is not being a superintendent for the right reason. If you're not in public education to educate kids for the love of educating kids, then you shouldn't be fucking in public education. This guy is in education, so really what he thinks when he sees these kids. And I don't think that's good. It's not illegal. But I think that the whole public schools can do better. Don't you? I think they can do a little bit better than that. I think you could find a superintendent who isn't into that sort of thing. Just me. So, anyway, before I continue, let me just remind you guys that this show is also brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. You guys know them by now. They're one of our oldest advertisers, the first people to ever sponsor the podcast. And they do quality work, man. They do quality work over at their headquarters in Quincy, but they'll pretty much go anywhere. If you have an old rickety garage door that you have to manually open it up like a moron, it's time to get with the times, folks. Call our friends up at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. You can find them online at gdplus.com. They will come over your house that day. They will give you a price that is so fair, it will blow your doors off. No pun intended. And, trust me. You'll thank me later. They'll get it done that day. They'll give you a nice little clicker. You're going to press that button. Boom, garage door goes up. Boom, garage door goes down. That's Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. All right. So, anyway, especially if I was a citizen of Hull, which is not a big town, I would think that this would be kind of big news, right? And there's a couple Hull Facebook groups that are out there, and, nobody in town knows why this guy's suspended. And here I am telling him. I literally interviewed a kid, a 27-year-old now, who was a former student of his at Norwell High School and is now victim. Now, I don't know if we call them victims, but he felt like a victim. He felt like in an uncomfortable situation because this guy he looked up to saw him as a piece of meat that he could try to fuck. And you realize he'd been getting groomed this whole time. And the mere fact that at the end he asked them, like, don't tell anyone about this. That's how you know that he knows that there's something wrong with this. So, anyway, I figured this would be something worth talking about up there. And then this bitch comes along. Robin Flint, who apparently runs this Facebook group. And she writes the following. Administrative note. News, quote unquote, from unverified sources, i.e. Turtle Boy, will be removed. Members who persist in posting from unofficial sources will be removed from the group. So, I'm an unverified source. Why am I an unverified source? Well, I verified with an actual source. I spoke to somebody who had been sexually harassed by this guy. I printed his story. But I guess we don't believe survivors anymore if they have dicks. I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to. I looked on all their Facebook pages. They're all liberals. I'm sure they all believe Dr. Ford. They all believed her. We must believe survivors and victims. Unless, of course, they're, accusing somebody I know. Or they're a dude. Because guys can't be victims, I guess. Or if the perpetrator is gay, because that's bold, brave, and beautiful, we can't look down on that. That would not be progressive of us. So there's no more Turtle Boy allowed in that group. Why? Because these two rusty cunts down at the bottom. Who the fuck are these people? Bill Anderson writes, allowing posts from Turtle Boy is a new law. Allowing, bitch? It's a post relevant to your fucking town. I'm reporting the news that your newspaper is not. Don't worry. They'll have something next week, I'm sure, when the school committee comes out and has announced it. Because guess what? I got more on the Hull Public Schools coming soon. We're just getting started on the Hull Public Schools, baby. That's my new favorite town to write about, Hull. Strap up. We got more on that coming from Bill, so get used to it. Then this chick, her name is Gisela Voss. You could not come up with a waspier name than Gisela Voss if you tried, folks. You could not do it. She says, Turtle Boy is not a reliable news source. And what does she post for a link? A link to my book. How does that prove that I'm not reliable? What are you talking about, lady? Because I'm being censored? Like, that's literally the whole premise of the book is I'm being censored because I am reliable. What are you talking about? These people, and let me tell you, as soon as I saw that, I realized that these people are what it looks like to be brainwashed by the mainstream media. To just have them control you and your mind. They own you, right? They own the way that you think. You're no longer able to think critically whatsoever. If it's not printed in a Gatehouse Media owned website, then you don't know if it's true or not, right? It doesn't matter if there's links, if there's sources, if there's interviews, whatever. None of that matters. It's not on ABC, NBC, or CBS, so I can't trust it. Even though those organizations, we now know they routinely lie to you. ABC covered up the Epstein story for years. They got caught in a hot mic talking about it. NBC crushed the Harvey Weinstein story. They had that before anyone else, but they wanted to protect them. This is what the media does. They lie. How long has the media been covering up for Ryan Coyote and his mother? Almost a year now. So the media in Milford never reported on Hadassah Rose's house, ever. It's right up the fucking street. They're so fucking lazy. And the only people worse than the media are these cunts of the world. This bitch. I mean, just look at this chick. I'm glad that this woman doesn't like the blog. I'm fucking glad. Because I hate her. I really do. I hate looking at her. I hate everything she stands for. She's this waspy, beach town, South Shore cunt. That's all she'll ever be. And she thinks she's better than everyone else. I'm an immigrant. Look at me. I'm so progressive. Bitch, you are protecting a sexual predator. You're a worthless pile of shit. I know you think you're a nice person because you dress like a Stepford wife, right? But you are a worthless cunt too. What the hell's your name? Flint? Yeah. Robin Flint. Don't poke the turtle, Robin. Now you're on my radar. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. Shoot, Eddie. What happened to Terry Colley? Is Cynthia the only backup now? So I don't know. The guy, quite frankly, I mean, the guy who was running the Terry Colley account that lent it to me, like, he uses it a lot. And quite frankly, I just wanted an account that just posted Turtle Boy stuff because it's a little confusing, I think, to followers when, you know, one day there's posts about, you know, whatever drama. There's like some stupid fucking... There are these subsections of Turtle Boy that I fucking hate. There's like these groups that I joined, that I was invited to join, that I was under the impression that these groups existed to like talk about Turtle Boy blogs and stuff like that. And it's turned into some of the most embarrassing, cringeworthy, middle school-esque fights I've ever seen in my life. I'm like embarrassed for everyone participating in it when I read it. And I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but you got to stop, guys. It's fucking embarrassing. Like, I read about, I don't leave the groups because I can't. It's like watching a car accident. Like, somebody put it best today. Like, this is a blog in and of itself. Like, I'm watching this happen. I'm like, this is just so fucking entertaining because it's so fucking stupid. Like, people are posting in there, and I'm not calling anyone out by name or anything like that. I'm embarrassed for all parties involved. Every fucking day I go on there, there's like 10 posts in these groups about like, this person, you see this person said this, and this person said this about Brett, and then Brett said this about this person, and then this person posted this, and this person doesn't use their real name, and this person does, and I think we should all do this. And here's what it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm embarrassed for you guys. I mean, the best thing I could recommend for you guys, and I hope you take it serious, is just fucking stop. It is a bad look. It is just, I'm not going to do anything about it. Do whatever the fuck you want. But talk about a waste of fucking time. What a waste of fucking time that is. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you guys got stuck in this world if you're in this. I don't know. But I would ask you to stop. It's just, do whatever the fuck you want. It's just... Wow. When I look at that, I'm like, holy fucking shit. This is fucking madness. Because people message me about it. Like, message me, did you see what this person said about me in this group? And I'm just like, no, I fucking did not. Don't ever fucking message me again about it. Because there's absolutely nothing I ever could give a fuck less about than whatever bullshit drama is going on in that group. I have grown-up shit to worry about. I'm being sued by 6 people. I'm trying to run 2 websites and a business and conduct live shows. I could not possibly give a flying fuck less about whatever the fuck is going on in these groups. So I just want to, like, that's like close to block. If you message me about that, that's this close to getting blocked. Like, I don't ever want to talk to you again. Anyway, it's like these private fucking groups. They're not healthy. They're not healthy towards anyone's people. They're just getting away from the purpose of Turtle Boy, and that is to talk about the blogs. And there's no discussion of the blogs whatsoever. It's like fucking insane. Anyway, I just need to say that. Let's see what people are saying. Any other questions you guys have? You do have strippers in there. That was that's a good thing. Let me go back to the questions. You guys have any questions you want me to answer? Fundraiser event. We're still working on it. Let's see. Other questions. The Harley sign is back. It's like it's not a Harley sign. It's a Sheldon sign though. So they have to repaint it. They're acting like that's like a win. It's like, no, you lost. You still have to change it, bitch. You're still giving in. Am I watching the XFL? Probably not. Do you think she knows about the text messages and she's just covering it up? Who are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I do have to update the store, Brittany, and so I can't even message her. It's annoying. No, the teacher did not break any laws. He's just creepy, you know? Hey, Murph, I really appreciate that. Ater says, Turtle Boy, you and Bristol crew are the best. Love you guys so much. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that very much. Do you want it at a bar or something else? I don't care. I mean, a bar would be good. Something with alcohol would be good. Somewhere where I can do a live show too would be really cool. I'm going to be doing an event. I'm going to be at the same place I was last year in April for the motorcycle event in Malden that I did last year for the vets. So I'll be there for that. What's the question, Eddie? You didn't ask a question, did you? Can I be a host in your show? Who are you? I don't know who you are. I mean, I'm always down for some new guests. I think it would be better. Don't you guys think the show would be better if I had like a guest with me every night? You know, that would be cool. Somebody to bounce shit off of. That'd be cool. Love the graphic in the blog about Black Lives Matter. Which graphic you talking about, John? Fine. Eddie Matter, you want to come on? You want to call in right now? Call in right now. You have to message Cynthia Marie Sanchez on Facebook and call in. I'll give you 60 seconds to make your case about why you should be the co-host of the Turtle Boy Live show. Are you on Facebook, buddy? Or Skype? I can get you on either of those. You got 60 seconds to figure it out. If you can't do it by then, I don't want you on the host. You're unreliable. If you cannot figure out a way to call me within 60 seconds, you are done. Done. Hold on. I'm not giving you a minute. I'm giving you 59 seconds. Wicked North Shore girl. There's another North Shore girl. Interesting. I hope it is Joe Orga. I'd like to have Joe Orga on. He would never do it, though. He's too scared of me. Too scared. Guess I'm done then. You choked, Eddie. You talked a big game, man. Can't do it. Can't do it. What kind of work do you have where you get to listen to Turtle Boy Live? That sounds like a great job. How good is the CBD in the store? I like it a lot. I'm not going to lie. I really like this shit. Especially this stuff. First of all, the best stuff is the energy drink, but that goes so quickly. I busted that in like a week. And then I like this stuff though. The drops. I've had the gummies and stuff too. The drops are soothing though. I don't know why. It's like minty. Go, before bed, can't beat it. Can't beat it. Get a good night's sleep before Donut Friday tomorrow. Oh, thank you. The stats graph. Yeah, that was I didn't make that graph. I wish I could take credit for that. I just found it on Google, but it is a legitimate looking graph. Thank you. Do you guys like? The podcast in the mornings are just. I could start doing it Tuesday mornings if you guys want. Instead of, I like doing it Tuesday mornings. It gives me a reason to get going in the morning if I do a 7:30 show. But just the audience is smaller. But what do you guys think? Would you rather I do the morning show, like a 7:30 morning show? I figure that's a good time until most people are driving around or just getting into work. It's kind of a good time, 7:30 to 8. What do you guys think? Morning or night? What do you like more? Even if you don't listen in the morning, people are saying no. People say morning was great. I like it Tuesday morning. How about we do a vote right now? If you want it in the morning, do 1. If you want it Tuesday night, do 2. 1 for Tuesday morning, 2 for Tuesday night. So you 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so it looks like 2 Had more people for a reason. Parents are getting... Yeah, but you can just listen in the car, guys. You can listen to YouTube in the car. I don't know if you know that. It's like a podcast. I have YouTube on in the car all the time. I don't listen to it. I listen to a lot of Crowder. It's like great listening stuff when he goes on college campuses and just interviews kids. I could listen to that shit all day. I just plug it into my freaking auxiliary, and it plays like a podcast. I like doing the morning show. I'm not going to lie. I'd prefer the morning, but your call. I'd rather have a bigger audience. The audience was smaller. Yeah, I guess I got to worry about the swearing, huh, when the crotch fruit's around. You guys been listening to the Callahan podcast? I'm curious your thoughts on that. I hope you guys are listening to the Callahan podcast. I was on there every Thursday. I was on there this morning. I drive into Boston, the Legacy Club. That took 2.5 hours to get to Boston today. That was fun. We had a great, robust conversation today. I'm one of 4 co-hosts on there, and Dave Cullinan, the producer, made a comment earlier in the week that, like, Mutrin, who was Scott Hasselbeck's backup quarterback in college, at Boston College, that he was the most liked co-host. Like, hello, have you seen the voting? Have you seen the polls? I'm at 40%. He's at 15%. Give me a break. Give me a break. Nice accountability for Vermont. That's pretty fucking chill right there. Listening, smoking a blunt in the car. I don't smoke blunts anymore. I mean, rarely, because I smoke by myself. I'm not gonna lie. So what am I gonna? You go through weed. You waste a lot of weed with blunts. That's one thing I learned a while ago. You waste a lot of weeds. Oh, thanks, Tim. You listen. That's awesome. I hope, yeah, definitely listen. Go on there, give it a 5-star rating, and make sure when you leave a comment, it's like, Turtle Boy's the best. He should be the full-time host. That's the goal. Sawyer says I drive drunk. Oh, because the other night, first of all, she thinks I drove home. First of all, we were at her house 2 miles from here in Holden. I didn't drive. My wife drove because we're at the fucking Super Bowl. And then she goes upstairs. And then I'm like, I'm going to do a live show. I got to do a post-Super Bowl reaction. And so what am I going to get, in the passenger seat and do it in my own car? I get in the fucking driver's seat. So she probably thinks I drove home from the Super Bowl drunk. No, man, I don't break the law. I don't need to. My wife doesn't drink, really, so it's great. Always, I never have to drive. That's a great point, Matt. It's like if you too many hits, it's like, man, it's just what a waste after a while, you know? Are you ready for impeachment 2.0? I mean, it's done, baby. It's just people are so angry at each other in this country, and I kind of fucking love it. Some people, if you're not a Trump person, you're probably not going to like me for the next, 10 months, because as it progresses, I'm just going to get more and more pro-Trump, and I'm going to be more vocal about it. And I know it's not like a politics blog, but if you don't like Donald Trump, you're probably going to start disliking me soon. Just trigger warning, because it's coming. It's coming. Okay, sure you would, Eddie, but you didn't come on the show, so you didn't. You had a chance and you blew it. It's not that I truly hate them. I hate AOC. I hate Ilhan Omar. I hate every member of the squad. I hate Nancy Pelosi. I hate Tom Steyer on my TV every fucking day. I hate Mayor Pete. I hate them all. I hate them so much. I hate the media. I hate Jim Acosta. I hate CNN. I hate NBC. I hate the Huffington Post. I hate them. I just hate them so much. And I love that he makes them so mad. I love it. And I want them to lose. That's all I want. I just want them to lose over and over and over again. I want them to be mad. I want to see the reactions Oh, I just want them to be punished relentlessly. And that's what Trump is. He's just my punisher. He just comes in and makes them fucking cry. People I hate with a burning passion. He makes them cry and whine. Oh, it's so fucking magnificent. Magnificent. Oh, yeah, burn. It's like, oh, God. Anyway, they still don't know who won Iowa. No, Mayor Peter was just announced won Iowa. I thought I saw it. Doesn't matter. I mean, he's not. It's still going to be Bernie or Biden or Bloomberg, one of those three. So Mayor Pete's just a novelty at this point. He's going to go down as like a Howard Dean. Like, oh, remember when that little young whippersnapper, the gay feller, remember when he came around in Iowa? He won that. Oh yeah, that was a cool thing. That's got so supreme lately. All right. No, it's too late for Hillary to run. She can't enter any of the primaries. She's done. She's done. All right, guys. So we will see you all on Saturday night for the live show. All right. Peace, Taratus.